And so that takes us into our next bout. It is another rescheduled bout that we've touched on before. Pedro Munhoz takes on Jimmie Rivera in this bantamweight bout. What do you want to touch on here, apart from what we've already touched on?
Yeah, like let's have a quick little pal of just how beautiful and wonderful these guys are, right? Like I'm just happy that we get to watch the fight again. Jimmie Rivera, as a personal note, I love the guy. I think that he had a nice little tune-up fight at featherweight. He's coming back down to bantamweight. Man, he looked good against Peter Yan. Peter Yan's the champion. So yeah, I think Jimmie Rivera has all the tools to be a champion. It's always about who's in your way, right? And the skills that you have to face. Pedro Munhoz was rising. These are volume strikers. These are guys that have beautiful takedown defense. They are not taking this fight to the ground. You know what I mean? So we're going to watch two guys very much trade. I think volume and hands. Yeah, and I think volume and hands and things like that, you're going to see Jimmy do a lot more of the work. But Pedro Munhoz is going to be creative. He's going to use those strikes. He's like kicks, he's going to, I think leg kicks, things like that, slow Jimmy down because he's going to be that bulldog, bro. My man is a bulldog, and he will strike the entire fight. He can go 10 rounds, I'm sure of it, but it's just like, that's what you're up against.
Yeah, it's funny that, that kind of stood out to me. I rewatched that Frankie Edgar fight, and yeah, man, like he's willing to just dish him out even if he's taking him, and that was a close one, man. That one really could have gone either way.
Yeah, and that's the thing, right? Split decision right there against Frankie. We saw where Frankie's at right now, and it's like, you fought a very good version of Frankie, and you know what, man? You look great, but this is also now like the new breed kind of thing. Like, it's just like these guys are all going to have to face Corey at some point in their lives. Like Aljamain, like these are all the guys that are in this division that are, I guess the cream of the crop of the next 5 to 10 years, and you have to dictate. It's just like the heavyweight division. We talk about it, right? There's so much like sustenance when it comes to these older guys being able to at least get that 1 win or 2 wins to keep themselves relevant because they all have this name to stay attached, right? And you have a few of those guys now that are lingering in the UFC, and I don't even want to use that word. That's a terrible word to use because they're so elite, right? Like that's a terrible word to use. They belong, and it's just now it's starting to kind of dwindle down because now the young boys are just becoming they're blossoming, and now you kind of have to give those edges there. And Jimmie Rivera is one of those guys. So if Pedro Munhoz can prove that those that the loss to Frankie was definitely, a fluke, and that should have been his. I think the kicks, even switching it up a little bit, I think Rivera's always ready for that wrestling. The takedown defense, like we said, is perfect on both sides at this level. So it's going to be interesting to watch.
Yeah, absolutely. And, we can move on from the lines here. There's no actual official line out for this. And, this fight was supposed to take place last weekend at Usman Burns. And
Usman Burns!
I believe that line was Jimmie Rivera at a -150. I don't see a reason why this would change.
And I think it only increased to a -163, which is not by much as we've seen these live lines go.
Yeah, absolutely. So, if you are looking for a little bit more technical aspect on this one, go check out last week's card. We have the full preview there. So that wraps up UFC Vegas 20. If you haven't already done so, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell button. All our Instagram, Twitter, all that good stuff is there. Give us a follow, give us a tweet, shoot us a message, whatever floats your boat.
Peace.